and all the viewers from different parts of the country and outside. We are organizing this webinar on a very important date. Today, a very successful Bharat Bandh is going on across the country, except in the 5 states where elections are taking place. And this Bandh, called by Sharmistha Kisan Morcha and all the progressive forces supporting them, including the political parties, groups, left organizations, mass movements, it has actually paralyzed all the highways and railway connections to Delhi, and it is total in Punjab, Haryana, North Rajasthan, most of the UP, Bihar, and Central India, and South Indian states also. And comrades are actively participating in the Bandh everywhere. And second thing, tomorrow the first phase of the elections are starting in Bengal and Assam. Bengal 30 seats for the Jangal Mahal area. There will be election tomorrow and polling tomorrow, and in Assam also there will be polling is starting tomorrow, first phase. So in this webinar, comrades from Assam and West Bengal also are supposed to participate, but unfortunately, Comrade Arup Baishya has informed that he has become sick, and if he's okay, he will attend. The possibility is less, and his message will be conveyed. And Comrade Sharmistha is campaigning in Bhangar, and she may join us anytime. And Comrade PB member of CPIML REDSTAR, and he will present the positions in about Kerala. And Comrade Kuselar, our state secretary, CPIML REDSTAR state secretary, Tamil Nadu, he will present the present situation in Tamil Nadu and Puduchery. Now, before starting, I want to remind the comrades that there will be a question and answer session also later, and the questions may be sent to the Facebook connections, as well as my WhatsApp number also, 730-660-9834. And Comrade Kabir will be handling that the questions, and he will collect the questions, and I request him to give the questions later, collect all the questions and give later. So comrades, to start with, as I told, the country is going through a very serious situation when we are meeting and discussing about the role of the political party, the revolutionary left parties in the coming elections. As you know, the farmers' agitation has reached the 120th day today. 4 months have passed. And in spite of the sabotage, attempt to sabotage the movement, the conspiracies against the movement, the suppression, and the mudslinging and false allegations, everything, and including now surrounding the border areas where the tens of thousands of farmers are camping with barricades, new barricades with iron sticks placed around the camps, and making it difficult for them to go out for even the necessary things. In this situation, in spite of whatever the government plan, the movement is developing. The movement is developing, and after 26th January, on 27th and 28th, it was a critical time. The government tried their level best to demolish the spirit of the farmers and to drive them away and to defeat the movement. But they totally failed. By 29th morning, lakhs of people got mobilized again in the around the city, Delhi, and now the movement is going in full vigor and with regular programs. As you know, with the regular programs, every alternate day, there are some practical programs taken up at the state level and at the borders, and this is the situation. And the Mahapanchayats are given a new color to new propaganda to the farmers movement now. The farmers in different states, including now Kerala also, up to Kerala, practically in every state now, the farmers, Kisan Panchayats or Mahapanchayats are held now. And more Mahapanchayats are being planned, Kisan Panchayats are being planned, where these states elections are taking place. More such panchayats will be conducted in the coming days. So the question is, contrary to what the BJP planned, Modi government planned, through their fascist suppression, they could not drive away the farmers. Instead, their determination to fight till the victory is achieved is getting strengthened only. And that is seen today on the comrades who are in the border areas. They have given to send the reports that the spirit of the fighting farmers and the supporters have only increased, and various programs are being held after the Bandh is completed by 6 p.m. today. And more people are coming forward to support it. And in Punjab and Haryana, the BJP leaders are actually socially boycotted. And it is difficult for even the Chief Minister of Haryana to come out for programs. That's the situation, even in strongholds. And people are boycotting all the programs of the BJP. And the same thing is happening in Western UP and Northern Rajasthan to some extent. And this type of antagonism against the fascist government is increasing, and the people are coming out more and more. And this has actually taken the government to a very difficult situation, because already the economic policies pursued by the Modi government during the last 7 years have ruined the economy totally, and they made the livelihood of the people very in a precarious precarious situation, and the jobs are lost. And at this time, in a frenzy, the government has taken this decision, supported by US imperialism, to sell off all the public sector enterprises. Whatever is left of the public sector is being sold out. The whole public sector is being sold off. And as you know, the railways, the ports, the airports, and LIC, banking, everything is being sold off. And now they, after the 4 labor courts suppressing the people's working class rights, they have passed the 3 Farm Acts, which will make the whole agricultural sector under corporatization, which will eventually lead to the destruction of the food security and to the closing down of Food Corporation of India and an end to the public sector, public distribution system. And recently the reports have come. The central government has actually, under the orders of central government, 3 crores of ration cards are being, disallowed because they are not linked with the Aadhaar. And in this way, in the most heinous ways, the ration cards are being denied, and slowly the public distribution system is going to be attacked. And in this situation, economically, the country is being taken to the total neo-colonial dependency and neoliberal policies to the extreme levels, and destruction of the human livelihood of the people as well as the ecology. And to cover it up, the neo-fascist methods are being intensified everywhere. And so the farmers' struggle has given a big challenge. The farmers' struggle has actually become a big challenge to the system, the Modi Shah government. And that is why now, to get away from this thing, the whole government has shifted to Assam and Bengal now. If you see, the majority of the cabinet members and the parliament members and their RSS BJP functionaries are now in Bengal and Assam. And so we can say the central government has shifted its headquarters to Bengal and Assam now. That's the situation. Why? Because by winning Bengal and Assam, they want to show that they have got the public support, and through using this victory as a pretext, they want to attack the farmers' movement and the workers' struggle and the people as a whole all over the country. This is the situation. This is a fascist plan they have hatched. So it is a very important task before the people of the country to see that it is defeated. This policy of the fascist government is defeated. RSS BJP government led by Modi Shah is hatching these plans, fascist plans, to sell off the public sector, all the public property of the people, and destroy the livelihood of the people and the ecology. And to cover it up, fascist oppression is intensified, and they want to use this victory in the coming elections as a cover for, as a justification for intensification of the fascist terror in the coming days. That is why the revolutionary left has taken a position right from the beginning that we should defeat BJP. No vote to BJP. That was a slogan given by the revolutionary left and the progressive forces. And it is in this when this election is going on at a pace. In Assam, as we know, about 30% of the population are minority Muslims. And Bengal also, 27-28% of the voters are minority Muslims. These two states are actually targeted because they want to terrorize the Muslim minority, saying that they will impose the NRC. So using the constitutional amendment, they will impose the NRC, and the NRC will be, let's say, started soon, and millions will be thrown out. And all the non-citizens will be thrown out. That is, in that way, the minorities are threatened. Along with that, even yesterday, the Home Minister Shah has threatened the people in Islam, people in Assam, the Muslim people, that the government of Assam will be immediately going to implement the anti-love jihad bill that will be passed, and it will be made into an act, and that also will be used against the Muslim minority. So in this way, it is Jai Sri Ram slogan and naked communal attacks which is taking place in the name of this election propaganda. Led by Modi, the whole attention is being diverted from what his government is doing in Delhi. What he did in 7 years for intensifying the neoliberal policies and destroying the economy of the country, the whole things are being, attention is diverted from the whole things, and the incumbency factor in the different states. What the TMC government did in Bengal for 10 years, that is being projected as the main thing. Not only the personal attacks on the Chief Minister of West Bengal, the incumbency factor there, and whatever the omissions and commissions of the government is actually made the central question. And no policy decision taken by Modi is actually allowed to be brought in. And the Godi media is also helping him in this campaign. We should understand that thing. So the whole media is focusing that in Bengal, Modi is going to win, and he is going to make a Sonar Bangla. That is the slogan being given. And what the BJP government could do for the last so many years, for 3 decades, BJP government is in power in Gujarat. And what they could do in Gujarat? What is the condition of the 50-60% of the lower middle class and And what is the pension given to the government there? What is the minimum wage there? What is the condition of the slum people there? All these questions are not discussed. And what is the condition of the BJP-led UP government? And every day, the attacks on the women are intensifying day by day. And today also, there is a brutal attack on the protesters today in many parts of UP. And the whole administrative system is communalized. And minorities are being attacked. It was in this situation, the farmer struggle came up, and the farmer struggle has created a new situation now. And especially in Muzaffarnagar-like area, where the first communal crash was started by BJP in 2013 to capture UP and capture India. And that Muzaffarnagar area where hundreds of Muslims were killed and tens of thousands of Muslims were thrown out of their houses. There, after this Panchayat was held recently, there is a new type of unity is emerging. Whatever may be the fundamental contradictions existing, at least apparently now the Hindu-Muslim unity and the apparent pacification of the contradiction between the upper caste and the lower caste is taking place there, and people are coming together to oppose the fascist Yogi government. And in this situation, considering all these facts, what is happening up to Karnataka, where BJP is ruling, what is happening? Considering all these facts, the attack is made in the states where Assam was a state where BJP was in power, and Tamil Nadu, Palaniswamy was actually was a toy in the hands of Modi, and in Bengal, as we know, in the Kerala, as we know, Pinarayi government was implementing the Modi's economic policies more energetically than by the BJP governments. And Puduchery also, the governor Kiran Bedi could manipulate things there and take away some of the MLAs and get a no confidence motion passed there. So all these manipulations were there, and so it is only Bengal where an opposition government was there. 5 days, a real opposition government, if it is opposed to BJP, though not in economic policies, in all other policies opposed to BJP, was in Bengal. So that is why Bengal is targeted. And another thing, Bengal has got a prestigious level, attention all over the country and even outside the country. So if Bengal is one with a long history of left struggles, Tapaga movement and left struggles, Bengal has got a very prestigious position in Indian politics and internationally also. That Bengal is given big higher status in when the discussion of Indian politics takes place. So winning Bengal and destroying the spirit of the headmasters and that changing Bengal basically to a saffron communalized situation. This is the target of BJP, RSS, and they are actually trying to implement it with all the vehemence. So it is in this we have to evaluate and what is being taken by the different forces and what the revolutionary left should do. As far as the parliamentary left is concerned, what they are doing is very clear now. For in the Assam, they are part of the CPI, CPM and Liberation Life Forces are part of the Grand Alliance led by Congress and the Muslim organizations in Assam, there which is actually opposed to the BJP. So there is a main struggle, main fight between these two forces are taking place in Assam. And in Bengal, while BJP and TMC, there is a main struggle going on between these two forces. A third force has come in with CPM-led alliance with Congress and Indian Secular Forum, a Islamic fundamentalist organization. And as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, the BJP, the Palaniswamy, ADMK, and the BJP are opposed by different forces, mainly the DMK-led United Front, Grand Alliance with the Congress and CPI-CPIML forces. And there are other two fronts are also there, but mainly this DMK-led front. And in Kerala, these three fronts are there, but all the three fronts are competing with each other, whether it is in the Sabarimala question, to prove their credentials that they are all supporting the fundamentalist, religious fundamentalist position, Hindu fundamentalist position on Sabarimala. They are competing with each other. At the same time, they are the left front there has taken the left front government there is trying for a return for another 5 years, and for this it has made all the opportunist alliances, and it has made all opportunist alliances, and it has it is along with BJP and its allies. It is also spreading Islamophobia there. We can see the contradiction in Kerala, like BJP and its allies. CPIML-led left Democratic Front is also spreading Islamophobia, saying that UDF victory means Islamic forces coming to power. So Islamophobia is being spread there, and a section of the major section of the Christian forces, they are also saying love jihad is a danger to them, and they are also spreading Islamophobia. A strange situation is coming up there. At the same time, in Bengal, what they are doing, CPM is actually using the Islamic fundamentalist forces to defeat, actually to play as a stepping stone for BJP, as an apologist of the religious Hindutva forces, and playing their very treacherous role, like Social Democrats always do in the struggle against fascism. So it's a very complex and very difficult situation in which the revolutionary left will have to take a very clear position. That's why, from the beginning, we had taken a position. CPIML REDSTAR had taken a position that no vote to BJP should be the approach, based on which the tactics should be worked out for election campaign. Because for us, the election campaign and the parliamentary system in the bourgeois ruling system is only tactics. So the tactics should be used correctly so that it will help our strategic aims, long-term strategic aims. At the same time, it will help weaken the fascist forces who want to use the victory in the election for intensifying the suppression of the people. So with these two goals, we have taken the position no vote to BJP as a basic slogan right from the beginning. And it is implemented at different levels. And for example, in Assam, the PCC-CPIML has the comrade Arup Baishya, who is a secretary, Assam State Secretary of PCC-CPIML. Their position they have brought forward through a resolution. In the resolution, they have very clearly stated that we have to fight and defeat the fascist forces, the BJP, led for BJP. So for that, we shall contest only 2 seats, where we have got some mass base, and in all the states, all of the seats, we will support the main, which is fighting BJP. So the position is very clear there. So to avoid any splitting of votes, the PCC-CPIML State Committee has taken a very correct stand that they will contest only 2 seats, and in all of the seats they will be supporting the Congress-led alliance, which is the main force opposing the BJP. And of course, if Comrade Arup was here, he would have explained the question in more detail. And in Bengal, coming to Bengal, actually, when the CPM-led left front announced earlier, 2 months before, that they will be having an alliance with Congress, and they are going to join with hands with some of the Islamic forces, the intellectuals and progressive forces, along with the revolutionary left, had criticized them. It will be actually helping the BJP to come to power. Because though they had about 25% votes in the 5 years before, the last 2019 parliamentary Lok Sabha elections, the left front had only 7% votes. And so there is no possibility of no capacity for them, no electoral strength for them to defeat TMC and BJP as they claimed. They said, we will defeat TMC and BJP, because they took a strange argument that without defeating BJP, we cannot defeat BJP. This was a strange argument. Based on this strange argument, they took the position that we will contest all the seats with Congress and Indian Secular Forum, which is a fanatic or minority organization. So this is a position taken by the CPIML. And in this situation, the intellectuals, the artists, writers, and other sections joined to democratic rights movements, all joined together, had a big convention in which supported by CPIML REDSTAR as well as MKP and some other revolutionary left groups. And there was a big convention in which a forum was built up. No vote to BJP forum was built up. And this forum had started a very effective campaign, and tens of thousands of people were getting mobilized in different districts, and practically the campaign was covered, especially in most of the districts, especially in the southern Bengal. So it was a very good situation was created by the intervention of the intellectuals and other sections also with the revolutionary left forces, and the no vote to BJP's campaign has intensified. And later, when the farmers' movement found that without even continuing the discussions with them, the central government is running away from the solving the question, the corporatization of agriculture, which is now going to be taken up and completed through these 3 farm acts. They have shifted their attention, or they are trying to divert the people's attention to the assembly elections, and all the central leaders have moved to the election states where elections are taking place. So they decided to go themselves to the states with the slogan, no vote to BJP. And this has given a new dimension to the campaign now. And in all these 5 states, the leaders of the movement have reached, and they have mobilized people, they held Kisan Panchayats, and they have given the slogan, no vote to BJP. That way, giving an edge to the anti-BJP forces. So it is a positive thing. And it has happened in Bengal, Assam, and in Assam, it will be difficult for BJP to retain the government there. That is the latest reports say. And in Bengal, an intensive campaign is taking place in which the Jai Sri Ram slogan is opposed by the left masses of the West Bengal, and even the effort of CPIML-led front to divide the votes and make the victory easy for BJP is also opposed by the left masses. A new situation is emerging in which not only the BJP may get defeated, but the CPM-led forces may get decimated also, as in Tripura earlier. So it is a situation developing there. And of course, we will be able to get the full picture when the election results come out. But the people are coming out in larger numbers opposing BJP. Not what is happening there is not like the media is reporting. Media is misreporting things, but the people are coming out in larger numbers against BJP also. And Tamil Nadu and Puduchery, a different situation is there, where the CPIML REDSTAR, which has got presence in almost all the districts or most of the districts, have taken a decision that we are not having any particular area of mass base. So for the time being, in this election, we will not contest any seats. We will be exposing the BJP, and we will be asking the people to vote against BJP to the candidates who can defeat BJP. So the anti-BJP vote should be polarized. That is slogan we are giving in Tamil Nadu and Puduchery. And in Kerala, it's a different situation is there. There is no immediate danger of BJP coming to power in this election, but BJP is planning for the next election. And so they are making many permutations and combinations like that. Opportunistic alliances are there. And there is a unholy alliance, hidden alliance, or between the LDF, which we wants to come back to power, and the saffron forces. So in this situation, when Kerala is devastated ecologically and devastated, the livelihood of the large number of people are also devastated in the present intensifying economic crisis at the international and national level, in which lakhs and lakhs of migrants from the West Asian countries and other areas are driven out, and they are also come back to Kerala, intensifying the crisis of the people there. A new approach is required to confront this economic crisis and the ecological crisis in Kerala. A new approach is required. So that is why if the CPIML REDSTAR and other revolutionary-led forces took initiative, and a broad platform is being built up, and it will be explained here in detail. And so that way, the revolutionary left has taken an initiative with the purpose of intensifying the unity of all the forces who are opposed to RSS BJP, all the forces who are opposed to fascists. So it is an we are in this way, we are trying our level best. The revolutionary left and other forces, democratic forces, are trying their level best to develop an anti-fascist front at the all India level. And the election campaign is also becoming part of that effort to build up an anti-fascist front. Second, anti-fascist front, while we are intensifying the efforts to strengthen the anti-fascist front, there should be a polarization for the revolutionary-led forces with a program-based approach, so that a alternative can be built up. So in that way, we have to work hard for a communist assertion, independent communist assertion, while we are building up the broad anti-fascist front also. So with this approach, we have taken this campaign forward, and we hope this campaign will help not only the farmers' movement, which is taking place, which is intensifying day by day, and the workers' movement, which is starting, slowly picking up, and several other sections, like students and other sections, picking up. And at the same time, it will help to build the alternative, people's alternative also. And this is a general perspective. And we will start the presentation by the different state comments to the different states. And now, unfortunately, Comrade Arup is not here. And so I think because of his illness, he may not be able to join. So there is an article by him which was published in last issue of REDSTAR, other things, materials. So we will take up some of those questions later. And then Comrade Sharmistha also maybe join very soon. So we can start the discussion with Tamil Nadu, Puduchery, presented by Comrade Kuselar, the State Secretary in Tamil Nadu, and then to be followed by Comrade P.J. James, and then we can wait for Comrade Sharmistha and conclude the discussion later after question answers. So this will be the format. So I invite Comrade Kuselar, the